aggression, triple threat, third night. You can still get the pay-per-view, not only from tonight, but if you want to purchase all 3 nights, go check out, skip over some of the Jason Burmis commentary through the fights. That's fine. We'd love to have you do that. And unfortunately, unless you've already got your tickets, they are sold out this evening, which is just awesome. Let me just show you the empty arena. We will be live at 7:30. There's the cage. And I wanted to talk about 2 major stories. And obviously the first one is Excelsior. And when I talk about Excelsior, I am not talking about a South Park joke with Man Bear Pig. Excelsior. No, I'm talking about the new digital slave passport for you to go to venues in New York. This is it. This is the takeover. If by now you do not realize that unless you push back and say no to absolutely everything they are trying to dominate you with, you will not only continue to be a slave, but you will end up a targeted enemy of humanity for what you have done. Because you've not only acquiesced, you have now promoted through force medical martial law on your neighbors, your friends, and your family. And if any of you are friends with me on Facebook or you follow me on Twitter at Jason Burmis, please go check that out on Twitter at Jason Burmis. You'll go see that I'm in a bar, that we are not socially distant, no one is wearing masks, and we're having what's called a good time. Now, I want to talk about that for a second, because the CDC has basically said to you now that the flu never came to the United States. The WHO told you it didn't come to the southern hemisphere of the planet. From October to mid-February, NPR reported there were only 165 total hospitalizations from the flu. And when people say that, they go, well, that's because people socially distanced and masked. Not everywhere. So apparently, where they didn't do it, the same thing happened. But you can't get that logic through to them. They're totally and completely inept. And I'd also like to mention that Redfern, the former CDC director, not somebody I'm a fan of, not somebody I trust, has now worked into the theory that, of course, you can't say that COVID-19 is a bioweapon. You can say that it is bioengineered from a lab. That's acceptable speech. And now Redfern has taken that speech and said that it indeed probably did leak from the Wuhan lab. Again, I don't know where it came from, and I'm not sure it leaked. But Tony Fauci is telling you that no, it transmitted from a bat to a human, which is odd because the bat theory is no longer in play with the WHO. So I guess it depends on what you disagree with the WHO with, because it went from a bat to a pangolin to then them investigating the supposed lab theory and now focusing on frozen meat. And remember, what this all is really a New World Order agenda, which they've rephrased as a Great Reset agenda. And by demonizing meat, they again get control of the food supply. They push things that are less healthy and controlled by the predator class on you through force. And one of those things that they're going to do through force, I'm sorry, Redfield. Thank you, Julia. Did I say Redfern? I meant Redfield. See? I get things wrong as well. So let's move on. Now, remember when Zombie Joe told you he was not going to raise taxes for anybody making less than $400,000 a year or family? See, all that's bullshit. Because, he keeps talking about how he's going to take down billionaires. He is the biggest puppet of billion and trillionaires out there. Hands down, no doubt about it. And one of their agendas, again, for total control, is to control where you are able to go and demonize carbon, what you exhale, and plant life on this planet needs to breathe and live. Okay, so now you've got Pete Bootlicker, who I always warned you about, saying, you know what, maybe we're going to tax you by the mile you drive. Think about that. You'll be taxed by the amount of miles you drive. Now, Excelsior with the vaccine passport, terrible. We're talking about you're not going to be able to go to venues like, Madison Square Garden. No Knicks games, no Yankees games. That's Yankee Stadium, no Shea Stadium. They're going to implement this for every single major hotel. I guarantee it. Motel will have to have what? A negative test or the boop boop pass. This is nuts. This is absolute insanity that they're rolling out. So, can you imagine them taxing you by the mile you drive? How much? And see, this will also discourage what? Commuting to work, encourage all this, telework that they wanted in the first place, and further push us into slavery. So if you're still in New York State for some reason, and you don't think that you're about to be in for the fight of your life, you do not understand what's going on. And no matter what you do to acquiesce with all these things, they will still keep restrictions, right? Think about it. Even with the Excelsior pass, you still got to wear a mask. You still got to social distance. Again, go check my Twitter. No masks, no social distancing. I mean, my God. It is about total control. I don't know what else to say. Let's go through some of the questions and comments here. Support from Scotland. Thank you, Peaceful Warrior. I got to do it like that or I'm going to be on the screen. What up, JB? Preach. Greetings. Let's see. Time for the yellow vests. Yes. Pete better find out why the French put on yellow vests. Got wrecked at Jason Burmis. Have on me. I don't know what that means. Have on me? What up, Doom? UFC doing full capacity event in Florida at the end of April. Let's go. You know what? I'm wondering what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to need the passports, as Ron DeSantis has said he does not want those. But if you see what the Miami Heat have already done, they have a vaccinated only section. And then on top of that, you still have to wear the mask in the vaccinated only section. And if you want to be near the vaccinated only section, you have to have a clean 48-hour PCR test. So yeah, Florida's open, but they're acquiescing through that. Worldwide pandemic, really? What about the 15 countries that have zero China flu cases? I mean, and again, the flu is gone, right? That's it. People aren't usually having to be corrected into doing something good. No vax. It's about control. Regards from Belgrade, Serbia. Well, thank you. Thank you for the international audience. And again, guys, let's do it really quick. I want to walk around the cage. You too can watch this live event with people. It actually is going to happen. Great fights. The last 2 nights of fights, guys, have been amazing. Amazing. And I want to give a big shout out to Sarah, who came all the way from South Dakota, checked the fights out, and not only checked the fights out, but then came to the after party and enjoyed her life. But then again, she's in South Dakota. That's another state that's been wide open through this whole thing. And again, they don't want to let you know that there is no major disasters in states that are open. This is about control. This has nothing to do with a virus. That's why they have masks for just your nose now, so you can eat while being a slave. That's why they want you to have a daily pass, a COVID pass. And that's why this is an international predator class agenda. Guys, thumbs the video up, subscribe, share, go check out the links to those things. You can find all those stories over on my Twitter. You can see them on my Facebook, cagedagression.tv, cagedagression.tv, cagedagression.tv. That's where you can go purchase the pay-per-view. Myself, Jeffrey Wilson, and Jordan Hidman will be calling them tonight. Last night we called them with Jens Pulver. That was awesome. In fact, if you watch my video from yesterday, you'll see Jen's giving you a couple tips on how to strike. My man Jim right here, he's on the production squad. I'm sure he can't wait to get going. How about that 11-second knockout last night?
That was a quick one.
It was a quick one. So guys, once again, thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Remember, Rockfin, Rockfin, Rockfin. That's where you can support me, rockfin.com. We'll be back at doing it live several times a day tomorrow. And we got Jay Dyer on in the evening. So I'm looking forward to that. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to.
You're fine.
Bug you.
What are you talking about? You bug
I know,
me.
I know.